The problem with bad data slides is that they require intense mental effort just to decode the main message. This example is no exception, as it just dumps the data. So, in today's video, we're going to transform this slide into a more compelling visual that's much easier to scan and understand. Let's dive right in. Alright, here's the original slide we'll be working with. You can follow along by downloading the native file using the link in the video description, and we'll begin the redesign process by duplicating the slide. Now, the main issue with this slide is that it's just a data dump, and a badly formatted one at that. Looking at the y-axis, we can see that the chart uses complicated units with too many increments, making interpretation cognitively demanding. Additionally, the source note indicates the slide presents actual data alongside forecasted projections starting from 2025. But there's no clear demarcation in the plot area, meaning trends could be easily misinterpreted. As it's a large portion of the data consists of projections, we can also limit the horizontal axis to just the key data points. So, to fix this slide, let's start by going to the Chart Design tab and clicking Edit Data. Let me just adjust the data window so you can see the entire workspace. Now, what I like to do is retain the original dataset in the worksheet. This helps me compare it to the final formatted dataset I'll be using to visualize the data. It also allows me to reuse the final visual as a chart template for future similar datasets. With that done, let's begin editing the data. So, select this cell and reference the value from the actual dataset table. After that, copy the formula to all legend entries and then ensure that the same formula is copied across all years in the dataset. With the formula applied, let's refine these values for clarity. So, right-click on the cells, enter the Format Cells option, go to the Number tab, select Custom, and apply a custom number format to make the data scale more intuitive. After that, rename the column headers to ensure alignment with the values. Once that's done, recall that these datasets include forecasted projections starting from 2025. And to visually distinguish these projections from historical data, we need to restructure our data table. So, select the range of cells containing the projected values, cut and paste them into the next columns, then clear the duplicates. This splits the data and enables us to use a combination chart that clearly differentiates actual versus forecasted trends. With the data table properly structured, we can now refine the horizontal axis by displaying values only for the key years we want to highlight. So, 1950, 2025, and 2100. Once that's complete, we've created the data table needed for proper visualization. So, let's close the data window. And as you can see, there's now a subtle separation between actual and forecasted data. But we can definitely improve it much further, starting by ensuring consistent formatting. So, select this forecasted line, enter the format options, match the colors with the actual data line, also match their weights and prevent misinterpretation by making it a dashed line. Now that you get the idea, repeat the same for other lines in the dataset. I'm just going to skip ahead to not bore you with basic line formatting. Once you've clearly differentiated actuals from forecasts using dashed lines, let's now proceed to adding markers for the key data points. So, starting with the blue line, ensure the 1950 data point is selected. Double-click on it to bring up the Format Data Points pane. Enter the Fill and Line options. Expand the marker options. Select a built-in marker. Increase its size. Change the fill color to match the slide's background and maintain consistency by matching the width and outline color of the marker with the line. With the marker now added, enable the data label for that specific data point. Select the data label, go to the Home tab, increase the font size, and change the text color to black. Move to the next key data point, so 2025, select it. Enter the format options, expand the marker options. Select a built-in marker, increase its size, change the fill color to match the slide's background, and maintain consistency by matching the outline color of the marker with the line and ensuring that it's a straight line. With the marker added, enable the data label for that specific data point, and due to the intersection of the lines at that point, position the label below the markers. Now select the data label, increase the font size, and change the text color to black. Move to the last key data point in the series, the year 2100. enter the format options, expand the marker options, select a built-in marker, increase its size, change the fill color to match the slide's background, and maintain consistency by matching the outline color of the marker with the line and ensuring that it's a straight line. After that, add the data label above the marker. Now that we are done with the first data series, let's move to the next one. And since this series interconnects with another, we'll need to temporarily hide one to format the other. To do this, go to the Chart Design tab and click Select Data. Uncheck the boxes for the legend entries we want hidden. Then click OK and close the data window. As you can see, we can now format the line easily. And to avoid repeating basic line formatting steps, simply add markers and labels to this series following the same process we used earlier. Once that's done, go back to the Chart Design tab and click Select Data. Check the boxes for the legend entries to make them visible again. Then click OK and close the data window. Now that we successfully made the line chart design intuitive and highlighted the key data points, let's delete the redundant y-axis. And from looking at the charts, we can see that the key insights here are the rise of India's population and the decline of China's population. So let's make this key takeaway instantly obvious by replacing the generic title. For this, I'll just paste the text from my clipboard. Let me also add the revised chart label. Then select the chart and adjust its size as needed. You can see my exact dimensions here. With the chart adjusted, let's proceed by deleting these confusing legend labels, and with the chart still selected, select the text box, insert it in the chart area, type the label, adjust the font size, match the color with its respective line, and position it near the line. After that, duplicate the text label, edit the text, and adjust the color as needed. Then repeat the same for the last data series. Once you're done, let's minimize clutter by removing the grid lines. Now, while you know that dashed lines represent forecasted projections because you've been following along, a first-time viewer might still misinterpret them. So let's make this distinction absolutely obvious by annotating the chart. To do this, go to the Shapes group, select a rectangle, ensure it's inserted on the slide and not in the chart area, then make any necessary adjustment to the shape as needed. Once correctly positioned, change its color to light gray. Now finish annotating the chart by inserting a text box, typing the descriptive text, and positioning it within the rectangle. Of course, we also need to label the historical data, so duplicate the text box and edit the text as needed. Once annotation elements are added, group them together. Ensure formatting consistency. Then send the grouped annotation elements behind the chart. With that done, we've completed the chart design. However, to finalize the slide design, let's explain the trend and reinforce the action title by introducing contextual annotations that help communicate the key message clearly. There you have it, that's the slide we designed. One thing to note, during slideshow mode, PowerPoint might not render the dashes properly, as you can see when I display the slide in presentation view. A quick fix is to select the chart, copy it to the clipboard, then use Paste Special and paste it as a picture, preferably a vector graphic. Once pasted, align the graphic with the chart. Let me open the selection pane so we can see the different objects, and as you can see, the graphic is now in place. So duplicate the slide, and on the slide that will be presented, delete the original chart. For template purposes, delete the graphic on the other slide and retain it for future use. Just to confirm the fix works, head back to the slide with the graphic, enter slideshow view, and you see the issue is completely resolved. Alright, that completes the slide redesign. Now let's recap the key design changes from the original slide. So first, we cleaned up the design by adding markers and key data labels to minimize cognitive load on the viewer. Next, we made the forecast period obvious by using dashed lines and a gray background. Finally, we included an action-oriented headline reinforced with contextual annotations that clearly communicate the key message. Okay, that's it for today's video. If you are interested in transforming your raw data into compelling stories, check out the DataVis Pro Playbook. For chart and slide templates built to top consulting and leading firm standards, check out the Analyst PPT Toolkit. Like and subscribe if you found this helpful. It means a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.